experience your first taste of heartbreak? Obviously, it was a big disappointment because I guess you
Oh
were
yeah,
really looking forward to uh,
yeah,
really building a family with this particular individual. Um,
that's true. That's correct. Yeah.
how long did it take you to, kind of get over the hurt?
You know what? It wasn't right away. Now that I do remember was not right away. I don't know. I think it took me a few years or something to get over, to really get over it. I
Yeah,
went on with my life. We can go on, move on, and do what we're going to do, but that pain can
it's
still be. And so it took some time, though. It took
out.
some time. I think it was about at least 2 years, probably. But the reason why I say that because he came back in the picture.
Right,
My brother said he was looking for me, so he came back to look for me. He came
right.
back to apologize
Ah,
because things didn't work out with him marrying that girl, and what
right.
she said wasn't true. She was not pregnant by him. So it was
Okay.
just one. But by that time, I had already healed and moved
Yeah.
on. I
So you were
forgave
very
him, but I did not.
skeptical of going back into the rabbit hole, so to speak.
Correct. Yeah. When God healed you from something or someone in a relationship, you may not feel bitter about them, but you don't see them the same way. So then there's no future like that with them. And that's the way it was with him.
It never comes back towards like how it used to
No,
be, and it never
no,
happens for whatever reason.
no, no,
Yeah.
it wasn't with them. And so, yes, I moved on. I ended up marrying probably after that, maybe 2 or 3 years later, to someone as to my children's father. And
Okay.
that's kind of the way things went. And I was married to him for 20 years up until 2007. So we've been divorced 16 years now.
Okay. So going back a little bit, how did you and your kid's father meet?
How did we meet? We met, okay, I'm where I lived, I moved into another apartment. I remember another apartment community.
Okay.
And he lived, him and some roommates, he had two male roommates. They lived across the parking lot in another set of different apartments. And they would watch me every time I park my car in front of the apartment and go up the stairs. I was right on the front, and
Yeah.
they could see me out of their patio, and they
Right.
would get on my nerves so bad watching everything I did. I come downstairs in my heels and going to work or just going to the mall or whatever,
You you
and they
you
were
were
just
you were
watching
being
me.
monitored. You were being monitored.
Yeah, and I'm up here, I'm like, these are weird, and I'm up here living by myself, and I didn't want nothing like that, nobody watching me. You didn't know what to think if they were trying to watch me and you kidnap me or whatever, but it was
So
all kind of things.
how long did it take for him to make that move?
Well, I can't remember. I'm trying to think how long did it take. One day,
Right.
my sister and a sister of mine and a cousin of mine came to stay with me for the summer.
Okay.
So we were doing something, I don't know, trying to build or do some, put something together, some furniture. We needed a hammer.
Right.
So my cousin went over to ask him for a hammer, and that's what started the whole thing when we asked them for a hammer. They had a
Okay.
hammer. They were glad to be able to give us a hammer because there was an
So
opportunity for him to say something. And
he
it went
waited.
from
He
saying
waited. He
something.
waited for a hammer. I can't believe it.
It went from him saying, giving the hammer, saying something, to us entering a relationship that led to marriage. And then next thing we know, we're 20 years into this thing later. It's just crazy how you meet
Yeah,
people and how
it's
things
true.
happen.
It's true. And you
Yeah.
have no control over it sometimes. It just happens. You know how it happens. You know.
And he had this back then it was a Toyota Celica, but he loved that car. He kept that car so clean with these rims on it, that
Right.
stood out. He put a lot of money into that car, and I liked the car. The car was nice, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
I remember when he first made his approach and wanted to take me out. Yeah, I mean, I liked cruising, and the car had a sunroof, and we thought we had it going on. We had on our sunglasses and just cruising in town, and around
Yeah.
the town and things. We
Yeah.
had a very good relationship. He
That's good.
took me out to nice places,
Was
and
he
we
was he a
dated.
gentleman?
He was a gentleman. Yes, he was a gentleman, and he was very, very, would you call it? I don't know. He was a very warm in person.
That's good.
I don't know. Most men don't understand, but when a woman looks for a man, she's looking for someone that is caring and warm, not
Yeah.
someone rough,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. She
don't know how
sees.
to talk to her.
Yeah, yeah, she
Yes.
sees. Well, it depends on the woman too, but most women,
Yeah. Yeah.
I guess with any type of standard for themselves, obviously they would look for that. They would see that in a man, I guess. obviously.
True, true. Yeah. So he had all the right words. He had the words and know how to treat me and things. That's what Warren. That's how he won my heart.
Yeah,
Is through
yeah.
the way that he treated me. Yes.
Right, right, right.